right, everybody. Good morning. Whoops, that's not good. This little thing is so teeny tiny. Okay, I've got a couple of folks online and a couple of folks here. We're talking about the new Zone Pro. We'll send out links to get into Zone Pro on our Sunday newsletter just to make sure you've seen it. We're actually going to go over the video. So if you're on here, you're going to see the video. That's part of what I'm going to run because I'm not an expert on this. I figured I'd leave it up to the experts. It's not a long video. So we're going to go over some other things, but let's just get started. If I can ask people here, how many of you have logged into the new Zone Pro? One. Okay. Anybody online, you can unmute and just you're not so just
I've
if
been in.
you've been in, okay. All right. All right. So this is kind of what I'll send out this Sunday, just so you can see. You'll be able to see the launch, the Zone Pro, and then, well, we can't see it on here because my little thingy's in the way. Hold on. You guys can't see that, but we are kind of stuck looking at it. We'll just move that over there. So there's a training video, which we're going to go over here, and then there are how-to articles. We're going to talk about some of them, click into some of them, depending on what questions you have. Some of you may not have even known that the Zone allowed you to do certain things. Zone Pro allows you to do some other things. So as many of you know, I've been with Realty One Group for 18 years. So I have an agent account and I have a broker account. It's rather fascinating checking that last night, going through some of this. So this is my broker account. And the reason I can tell you that is because it does not have my photo up here. It has my initials at the top. So you'll see some other things like I have Zone Ops in there, which of course you guys don't have. So I thought, well, wait a minute, let me go check what this would look like under my own. And just to make sure everybody knows, you could always type this in and save this as your, I have it on my bookmarks right on my screen as the one login. But that is the realty1group.onelogin.com/portal takes you to the one login. Now let's see if this gives me my next screen. So you'll see this one has my name and it has my photo up at the top. So this apparently is my agent one, which I rarely ever go into because I'm in the other account and I have access to everything. But few different tiles came up. This is saying my core apps. I'm not on a live screen, so I can't go explore that, but you will see that Zone Pro on the bottom right. The tile that says Zone is going to disappear here pretty quickly for you guys. I believe that admin will still have it for a little while because there are the things we do behind the scenes in that. But you can see SkySlope front and center. It's what I'm usually getting into when I'm jumping in, whether I'm on my manager account or not. But the Zone Pro is what we're talking about today. And this is what it looks like. I just took out some of my, it actually has wrong numbers in there, so I don't know what they're doing with my production, but I'm not worried about it. You can see 18 years. See, I'm not lying. I really have been with Realty One Group for 18 years. And the interesting thing, I know some people are a little upset that it has taken away our office rankings. Please, if that's important to you, send something in. It is done local, which means all of our corporate 8 offices here in Maricopa County are under the local versus our individual offices. Kind of a bummer. The irony is the celebrations on the other tab are for our office. So obviously they're tracking stuff by office, but in terms of the rankings, because they're doing this nationally, as I think what happened is they are not doing individual offices. I don't know, but if that is of concern to you, please send it in and let them know what you're looking for.
Oh, I had just.
Oh, got a pen. There you go. So you can see that there's all sorts of stuff on here. Of course, you're going to see in the rankings under local and the actual sales, which is dollars, right? You're going to see Joan and Josh at the top of this list. That doesn't matter if you're in local, state, or nation. They are the top number 1 and number 2 in this office. State, local, nation, doesn't matter. They're across the board. The next closest person I think is like in the 50s, 50 millions. So want to make sure you know that one support is over on the right-hand side. We'll talk about that later. But just in general, if you have not been here, take a minute. If you can, just look at this page. Totally different look and feel. Obviously, it's got the black background instead of the white background. You've got tools and resources all along the side, and you can do all sorts of different tracking that you may not have been aware of before. So let me see if I can move to the next screen. There we go. So if you didn't figure out how to get to that screen, well, never mind. That screen is where you go if you click into Zone Pro. If you're looking for what I'm about to give you and want to replay this, and you don't go back to the notes from this coming Sunday where we're going to put this, you can always type in the top one resource. I'm going to take you to this video tutorial. Okay. So remember these tiles there. There are a lot of tiles there. There are like 3 screens of tiles. Okay. Yeah. If you're looking for something, type in a word other than one, by the way, because one is repeated on a lot of word. We have one almost everywhere. So when I put resource, it immediately popped up that one resource guide. And then it pops up this top screen, which is interesting. The top says Realty One Group, Business Management System, and My Account under the One Resource Guide. This is then you can look at this on how do you download your 1099 form. Not really what I was looking for. I was looking for the Zone Pro tutorial. So if you scroll down after that notice that said, how do you get your 1099? You'll see this Zone Pro tutorial. We're going to watch it today, right? I just want to make sure you guys know how to go find it if you're looking for it again. And if that was confusing, don't worry, I'm going to send it to you in a link on Sunday. You can also go to that. It's going to look like this. It's going to say Zone Pro tutorial. And I should see if I did that right. Should be able to click that. Now, folks on home, before I set this up, I am not sure what this is going to do with sound. So hang on just a minute. Let me see what my settings are. Oh, it's so teeny tiny. Well, we're going to try this. If somebody online can open, once I'm going to play it, I'm going to stop it real quick to make sure you guys are hearing it. Okay. Not turn my phone off. Let's get rid of that. So let's see if I play this, and then I'm just going to stop it for a second.
Hello, everyone. And
Can you, since somebody online, tell me if you heard that? Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I heard it.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to just back this up and play it again, and we'll start there.
hello, everyone. In this video, I'm going to go over our new platform, Zone Pro. When you log into the system for the first time, if you are brought to your one login menu, simply type in Zone in your search bar, populate. If the tile does not populate, just go ahead and email helpdesk@realty1group.com, and we will look into your account. Let's go ahead and dive into Zone Pro. Go ahead and click your tile that says Zone Pro, and you will now see the new and improved zone that you will be using forthwith. When this is released, you will no longer have access to your old program, the old Zone platform. It will be all brand new. But don't worry, all of your information is still here. Top menu first. This is our new logo for Zone Pro. This will always bring you back to your home page. Now, if we look to the right, here's your profile completion, edit profile, and invoices. Let's go over edit profile first. When you click edit profile, it is going to bring you to your profile. The first thing you see is you can change your photo by clicking your photo and then uploading a new one if you want to change it. If you hover over your bar that says 85%, 65%, 50%, or 100%, it will tell you what you are missing. Everything in green is good to go. All of the points in gold are the items that you are missing. So once you update them, your bar will turn to 100%. Now under account info, if you ever need to change your information, each section will have a gold pencil to the far right. If you click that, you can then update your name, your birthday, your contact information. Just simply click it, update it, and at the very bottom, click Save. Same with your personal information. So this would be your bio, your hobbies, designations, your websites, social media, etc. Your billing. If you ever need to update your credit card information, this will also be here for you. It will also tell you if you have any open invoices. If you keep scrolling down, documents. This section is actually new. Going forth, all of your onboarding docs, or all of the docs that you signed, so your independent contract agreement, your W-9, policies and procedures, anything you have signed at your brokerage will now be here for you to view. Programs. Any programs that you are in, you'll be able to see your programs in this area and additional info. So you now have the ability to update your license, MLS, W-9, and emergency contact information. So if you click the gold pencil, you'll see all of these sections. Just make sure to always click Save in each section when you are done updating. Okay, so that is the Edit Profile section. Let's now go to Invoices. Just as the old system, you will be able to see all invoices that have been generated and charged for you at your brokerage. You simply click the invoice button, and that invoice will then populate for you. Now let's go back to the homepage by clicking your Zone Pro logo at the top left. Let's go over your dashboard. The system will have your name, your location, and if you are a One Lux agent, a commercial agent, or a military matters agent, those icons will show here for you. It'll show your picture, how long you've been with your brokerage. Now moving on to reporting, you'll now be able to see your transactions and sales volume for year to date or previous year. You can also open up this section by clicking See More. When you click See More, you're going to see commissions earned year to date. This is the amount you have earned year to date and includes the following line items. You can also see if you've received any credits from your brokerage. So if you were maybe if you capped, you got a cap credit, a fees credit, or a personal deal credit. You will be able to see how many active listings you have in SkySlope, how many pending transactions you have in SkySlope, and what has been closed in SkySlope year to date. Moving on down in this reporting area will be your rankings. So local will be your brokerage only, and it will show all locations. So if your brokerage has more than one location, it adds all the agents up on that roster, and this is where you rank. The state will be your entire state, so all Realty One brokerages in your state, and nation. So every single Realty One Group office in the nation, where you rank with that. Then when it comes to top 20 rankings, this will be just your brokerage. So local, and then you can also see state and nation. So who are the top 20 agents in your brokerage, state, and nation. And then to see the rest, you would simply just scroll down on the right-hand side menu. Then if you keep scrolling down, under performance, you will now be able to see all of your closed transactions for any year you choose. It will always default year to date. So the time this recording is 2026. But if you click that little caret, it will show you all of the years you have been with Realty One Group, and you can simply choose those years and it will go over all of the transactions that were closed in that year. So this is your new and improved reporting area. So you are always kept up to date of your rankings, your transactions, and your specific brokerage rankings. Okay, let's go back to your dashboard. So we've gone over reporting, we've gone over edit your profile, invoices. Let's scroll down, global stats. This is all of the stats that have been for Realty One Group as a global entity. If you click see all here at the right, that will take you simply to our stats website, which I'm not going to go over in this recording, but I do recommend you looking over the stats website. It shows you every single Realty One Group location in the nation and globally, and you can see their information by clicking on one of the gold pins. Celebrations. This will give you birthdays of your brokerage, anniversaries of agents at your brokerage, and newer agents to your brokerage. So if I click see all, it's going to take you to the culture area. You will see our Realty One Group social media here at the top. And if you click it, it'll simply take that post. And this is updated on a daily basis. If you scroll down, you'll see happy birthday. It's going to show you the month of birthdays at your brokerage. Same thing with anniversary, any anniversaries of agents at your brokerage. Now again, it will be all of the locations if you have more than one location. Welcome to the one, any new agents that have been onboarded. You will notice in all three sections, there is an envelope. If you click that envelope, it will then give you that agent's email address. If you want to wish them a happy birthday, wish them a happy anniversary, or welcome them to your brokerage. And then at the very bottom is your calendar. This will be your brokerage calendar. Now, if this section is empty, that simply just means that your broker has not linked their personal brokerage calendar to their side yet. So if you want to encourage them, if you want this area to be updated with brokerage-specific training or brokerage-specific event, simply reach out to them and then they can link their calendar. Okay. Let's go back to the homepage and your dashboard. So we've just gone over celebrations and social media. Now let's go over the one calendar. What's next? You have two options, My Office and One Calendar. Now again, going back to my point that I just made, if My Office is empty, that means that your broker, admin, office manager hasn't linked a franchise brokerage calendar yet, because this is specific to your office. Now, when you click One Calendar, this is for corporate events. So any corporate events that is happening for the entire network to be invited. If you click Full Calendar, that will then bring you to the full calendar, and this will be all of the events, either for your office calendar or the One Calendar, which is for corporate. So we did keep them separate. So again, My Office, One Calendar, you can view both. Okay, I'm going to go back to the growth coach in 1 second. Rankings, we've gone over as well. So if you see all, it's simply just going to take you back to the ranking area, which I've already gone over. Now, if you scroll down to One Cares, this is our One Care charity website. If you would love to participate, just go ahead and click Donate, Log Impact, or Grant Request. It's going to simply take you to our One Cares website. And if you don't know what One Cares is, I highly recommend that you read the website and take some time to read into it. We have some good charities here. Then, of course, we have Roger. We have Roger here. You could speak to Roger, which goes to our One Resource Guide. Articles will populate for you. You can also submit a ticket to One Support by clicking Submit Ticket. Also, another area is our One Marketplace. Now, if you are not familiar with what One Marketplace is, One Marketplace are platforms, vendors, partners that Realty One Group promotes, and also your brokerage promotes. Now, maybe the platform is free, the partner's free, the vendor's free, or they offer their services at a discounted rate. So if you are curious about that, you can click Learn More, and that will then bring you to our marketplace, which you can also access here on the left-hand side menu. So once you go click the One Marketplace, There are categories. You'll be able to see all partners, brokerage solutions, business services, client services, CRM, marketing and branding. Now, if your office, your specific brokerage has vendors, partners for you to look at, click My Office, and then that will only show you your brokerage, partners, vendors, etc. And then simply to view one, you simply just click View, and that will then take you to that partner's website where you can sign up, consultation, get a discount code, whatever you need for that partner. Okay, let's go back to the homepage. Referral network. This one is huge. This is a brand new feature. If you as an agent are looking to find other agents in other states, cities, counties, etc., you can now do that. You can also search for offices as well. So if you click professionals, it's going to take you to the search area. You can search in other countries that we are a part of. You can search in all states, county. I'm just going to type in some examples. Whatever city is in that area. And if you happen to know the zip code, that will also fine-tune your search. Then when you are done, click search. It is then going to bring up a roster of the closest agents to that area. It is going to give you all of their information, their license information, email, phone number, if they speak different languages, if they have special designations, hobbies, what is their sales price, their production for that year, their rankings, their ratings, and then you would simply just contact them. Okay, we also put this here on the left if you want to fine tune your search. You can also clear filters, and that way you can then add more. If you click My Card here at the top, it's going to bring you to your card and all of your information. So that way you can see your own card. And if you don't like the way your card looks, or if there is missing information, you can simply go back to Edit Profile and you can update that information there. If you see anything wrong with your card that is not accurate and you are not able to change it for whatever reason, just go email helpdesk@realty1group.com. Okay, let's go back to your homepage and dashboard. So we have reporting, we have edit profile, we have celebration, we have rankings, referral network, one marketplace, one support. We have your calendar, office and one calendar, one cares, your rankings. Now let's go over Growth Coach. When you click Growth Coach, if your brokerage has set this up, it's going to ask you some questions. Simply answer the questions. I believe there's 4. How long you've been in the business, how much time you put into your business, where you're located, etc. Now, what the Growth Coach does, it takes all of our platforms, all of our One Resource Guide articles, all of the partners we work with, and we put it into our own AI bot chat. So what does that mean? If you have a question for the coach, just go ahead and type in. I'm just going to type talk to seller. How do I talk to sellers? Okay. It's going to give you some pointers here. If I type in SkySlope. Okay. It's going to explain what SkySlope is. How to use SkySlope. Then it's going to give you some action plans for SkySlope. Okay, so it's a great tool, AI tool that has been built into the system that you can use 24/7. Now, for franchise, might have turned on the questions. So if you're not prompted to answer those questions, that's not a problem. You can answer them anyways, but some franchises will make you answer those questions first before you can use this. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, maybe you can't move past the questions, it won't let you move past them, just go ask your brokerage and they can turn that off, or you can answer the questions because answering the questions will help you better use this tool.
Just answer the
You can
question.
always email help@realty1group.com and we can help you as well. Now, just as a last point, you can also access all of those tools here on the left. So that reporting area that I went over with you, which will show you your ranking, birthdays, anniversaries, etc. Your goals, which will always show you all of your goals that you have entered. Cultural area, which will show you social media and all welcome to one and your calendar. Your growth coach, which we just went over. Your referral network, how to look for other offices or professionals globally, and your one marketplace. This button here will take you back to your one login menu. This will take you to the newsroom, which is any news releases that we have done. And then the last one is release notes. Any releases, updates that we have done in the system so far. If you have any questions about this new platform, please email helpdesk@realty1group.com and we will help you out. Thank you, team.
Okay. Let's see if I can get out of there. I did. Hold on and let's see. Ooh, where am I? Huh. Let's see. Oh, I'm actually in. Okay, so this is my brokerage version. So one of the things that I want to make sure you all know, please don't call the front office or me if you just have a simple question here. Either hit one support, which is going to email helpdesk@realty1group.com to get an answer, because most likely if you ask me a question, I'm not going to have the answer because it's something in the back end of this system which I don't have access to. Okay. So the one thing I would caution you on the referrals, and I think that this is an amazing step forward, but if you noticed, I said earlier that the numbers up here, and this is under me as a managing broker, the numbers up here are wrong for me because they're putting things in different places. But if you are on a team, you are not going to show as those numbers being under you. So when you are pulling referrals, understand that if you see somebody with 0, it doesn't mean they don't have any activity. They may be on a team. So please try to keep that in mind and do some additional research. The step I would do is go look to see if there's any social media on them. If you're seeing them doing social media, and you'll probably see very quickly that they're on a team, it may very well be they're not the team lead. So it doesn't mean don't call them, but just understand, just if you see a 0, don't just throw that away. That doesn't mean they're not doing any production. Okay, so the other thing you can always do is you can always look to the office near the location you're looking at. Many of these Realty One Group offices are much smaller than our office, okay? So when you call, and even if you reach the admin at the front, but you can always ask to talk to the broker. Say you're with another Realty One Group office and you'd like to speak to the broker if they have a minute, please. I field those calls all the time and am more than happy to do that. I would much rather have somebody connect in our office with somebody that is going to partner well with what they're looking for, than to have somebody randomly pick somebody on a map, because we have, and think about it. If somebody looks at our map, they're like, oh, I'm going to give Joan Levinson a call. Well, Joan's not going to take a call on a $500,000 deal. That's not her business. And she's not going to wonder why they're even calling her, right? But so you have to understand that when you're calling for a referral, think about what you would want to ask for in who you are trying to get your client partnered with. Okay. Some of those things might be obviously commercial, residential. I get that. But are they looking for, say, senior housing? Are they looking for something in this actual area? Or are, in fact, they just picking up this office because they see it's Phoenix, right? We get picked up as the Phoenix office, even though we're Paradise Valley. Our address is in Phoenix, right? So we often get things, well, Okay, so are we the best person to send somebody to Anthem, which by the way is in Phoenix, right? Or Ahwatukee when we have a Chandler office literally next to Ahwatukee, right? So all of those are technically Phoenix. Now, Anthem doesn't have another office there. Kathy's office and our office both have agents that service the Anthem area. But if somebody were to call me, I'm going to look up who's done listings and sales in Anthem recently, right? Not 5 years ago, but recently, and try to connect those individuals, right? The comment about your details in terms of I don't know where it went. How do you edit that? Your personal here, my zone profile, right? So on your zone profile, making sure that this information here in your professional information is updated and correct. Mine doesn't even show that. Well, this version might. This says I'm managing broker. If you go to my as an agent, it does not say I'm the managing broker. It's about 6 years old. So, but accredited buyer representative, that's correct. I have my ABR, first time buyers. I do love playing golf, right? And my languages are English. If you speak a second language, make sure you have that in there. We are dealing with people from all around the world. They are often looking for people that speak specific languages. That is a huge step. You can search on here for somebody speaking that language. How important is that? I've had people tell me they don't have Spanish on there, but they speak Spanish. I'm like, why would you not have that on there? Right? And maybe they're not comfortable speaking Spanish for real estate business, and that's fine. That makes total sense. But if they are, they should cover it. But please go in and update this. As he showed you, you have those little tiles, right? And you can look at the tile to see what you have down there. If you haven't finished some of those things that fill in your profile, it's really, really important to do that. Let's see.
I have a question
Yep.
about the edit profile.
Yep.
When you scroll down to the billing, do we need to put they didn't transfer the credit card over?
Yes, they did.
They
It's
did?
it is. If it's not showing in there, no, because it all should have been transferred.
Okay.
So let me.
Do I need to go in and fill that out?
I would ask that of. I would send a help desk question
Okay.
because.
Okay.
Let's see, where does this say? Documents, programs. Is that under billing?
Yeah, it's under billing. This payment method is missing.
Yes, see, mine says it too. Unfortunately, Kat is in a class herself right now.
Okay.
We'll double check that. My guess is that all filled in. It won't hurt if you want to go in and put
I'll
something.
put it in.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
So I'm wondering if it did lose that stuff.
It did.
Well,
I think I would have had a lot more.
it's weird because mine is missing as a broker, but I saw mine. No, but mine under as an agent still shows my credit card. So I looked at that last night. So it's still showing as an agent.
Your
No.
broker went to-
Okay,
your
well, that would
phone
make
is gonna
sense.
show.
But if your agent one is showing it, then I'm wondering if some maybe just in the
It's
transfer
in-
over,
Right.
possibly something like that.
Something glitched.
I don't know if it was about just.
Okay, so for any of you, if you're seeing this payment method is missing, please add a payment method. Please go in there and add that. As I said, I did check last night. Mine did show that it was there. Do you see down on the bottom right over here on billing? So just click on that edit and you can put in a new credit card information.
Yeah.
Okay. The calendar, the calendar, we will, oops, I guess the calendar's down here. Yes, no, did I click the wrong thing? Is this the calendar? Coach, nope.
No, it's on Zone Pro, your homepage, and then scroll down, it's on the left.
Oh, let me get back to the homepage. Okay.
And then scroll down, there it is.
So, we have not added this. This is, I believe, just the Realty one. At one point, we were sharing a calendar with Scottsdale and North Scottsdale. I need to talk to those managers to see if we want to do that merged calendar here or not. The problem is they didn't really like seeing the office meetings for all three offices. People get confused. So we'll have to figure that one out. That's why our stuff is not on here. You're still getting our update every Sunday. Look at our calendar there. So for those that don't realize what I do is Sunday, I give you a long list of everything that's come about, that all the alerts that I've been told I need to give you, right?
Yeah.
And on Tuesday morning, whether I've got Tuesday training and tactics or my office meeting, I send out another email that literally is events. It's a calendar of the events. I give it a nice succinct thing with what's coming up for the next week. Sometimes we cheat and give you some stuff future just to give you a look to the future. And then below that are the links for all of those, so you can click on whether you're coming to this meeting or not. And that way you have it in one place. You can look for Tuesdays. If you haven't tried to find it again, if you type the word README, you will find it in your subject line. That's why we have that as the title, as the first two words, because you can always go back and search for that. It's much easier than a lot of other things to find. So we will work on the calendar. I would expect either by July or August, we'll figure out which calendar we're going to use, and we'll add that on there. I don't know if the birthdays, so that is kind of weird because I don't know if the birthdays here are actually showing just our office. I thought when I looked at this, these are all Realty One Group PV. These are all our PV folks. So somehow they are actually doing that for our own office and not local. So birthdays and anniversaries, I believe, are just this office, okay? The local, unfortunately, for the stats is what they're showing. It's because they're trying to have something available across around the world, right? And so that makes it challenging for doing that. Other questions while I'm in here that I might be able to answer? Anybody online have any questions in here that I can go back to? You guys saw the various One Marketplace. Obviously, you know about Old Republic and American Home Shield, Rock Title. This is interesting, Southwest Company Gifts. I don't know where that came from, but that's new. Some of these other ones we've talked about. This is saying My Office. I don't quite know why it's, let's do all. Oh, there we go. All partners. There you go. So there is Ambi. I have not looked into this. This used to be Walt.ai. That is a paid service. So please check to see if they are paid services. American Home Shield. I don't know what some of these are, but please feel free to check them out. Many of them do have costs, as in CoreFact. Some of these are for brokerages like Corded.io. You guys aren't going to use Corded. Our office uses that, and the franchises do. D-Sign Company, you know about. So some of these are things that really make a difference in what you're working on in terms of helping boost your business. ODP is Office Depot. If you guys are not aware about our One Futures and One Healthcare, we do have Arkwood is the company that works with us for agents, 1099 agents that are looking for healthcare. You can go on there and see what their healthcare options are for you. One Future Arkwood is Arkwood's the company. They do our 401k programs for our franchisees and for our corporate offices. They offer, because they have such a broad platform for all those individual companies, they offer a very reduced price to set you up to create your own 401k. You're running your own business, so you can do a 401k. There may be things you have to shift with your business, and they'll let you know that. You need to check with your tax person and in whether that's something you would want to set up, but it is certainly available. Don't forget you've got one university. If you're looking for stuff, you can go in there and check to see other training options. Perk Spot, if you're doing car rental, travel, movie theater tickets, it has all of that type of stuff in there if you're looking for any of that.
What about car insurance?
I believe we actually have an insurance provider on here that you can certainly call and get a quote on. Let's see, there was one. Let's go up here. Sorry, folks at home, I'm flying past there. There should be a search bar up here. Let's see. There does not seem to be a search bar there. There should be a place to search.
Can you ask
Roger?
Yeah, Roger.
There we go. Does anybody see it? Do I click on that new? I guess that.
Yeah, new conversation.
Is there? Sorry, this is such a small font. Insurance. Maybe tell me what that says if he answers. So I'm just asking if there's an insurance provider in the marketplace. I thought there was. Please visit this page. What is this page? No, that did not work. Oops. Well, I lost where I was. There we are. Sorry, I cannot see this. Partner. Search bar at the top. I don't know where it was taking me because it didn't take me to where I needed to go. I will look into that because I thought we did have an insurance provider. I thought I saw something that said there was it definitely for home insurance. So one would think that they also provide auto insurance. You certainly check. I'll look into that. They may not be on the one marketplace, but I thought I saw them on something else. Any other questions? We've got a few more minutes and I have one other slide I definitely want to get to. Any quips, any questions online? Any folks online? Okay, let me go. Let me go out of that. Okay, I'm going to go here. So I want to make sure all of you hear this. This is a tough one to try. A scam, the latest scam going on. There is a Texas company that is recording something called a transfer tax to existing escrows. So understand that you are under escrow, about to close, and title gets an alert that there's a transfer tax that is now due and payable to XYZ company from Texas for the home that you are selling in Arizona. It's often done in the last few days. Title is not catching it because they get what they appears to be a legitimate bill and there is a lien on the property.
So will it be an actual lien on the property?
Yes.
You're kidding.
No. So, but no, they cannot do that. It is not legal to do, but it is happening and title is missing it. Agents are not reviewing the settlement statements. And if it goes through and gets processed, then that lien stays on that property. And when that buyer then resells later on, no. So please watch for it and read your statements carefully. Alert the title company that this is a scam. And it will most likely, it'll still be a Texas company, who knows? Let me know immediately if you have this happen. It has happened twice to agents in our in both of our Scottsdale and North Scottsdale offices. So, I don't know whether they're targeting us or just, I can't imagine they would be. I'm sure it's just in general, but please watch for that. And again, so I would say not only review your estimated settlement statement, which should come in about a week before closing, but if you are at the signing with them, double check that nothing gets added. And I don't think it's expensive. I think it's, a few $100s here or there. But think about it, if they can get in and do that on all these escrows, that adds up really fast. So we're trying to make sure that any information we can get, we can probably forward on to the Department of Real Estate. But it is not legal, but doesn't matter. It's still happening, right? So
So does the Arizona Department of Real Estate have been contacting the Texas company or?
I'm not aware of anything right now, other than that this has happened to 2 of our agents. So right now, I just want you guys to be aware of it. And definitely watch for it. And if you see anything, let me know. And then I'll double back with the other brokers. We're in constant contact. So,
Yeah.
and it was brought to the attention of all of our brokers, on our managers meeting, yesterday. So, but yeah, that's kind of crazy, isn't that?
Yeah, that's what crazy.
So- Yep. Figured out another loophole that they could get their foot in the door and get, a few $100,
Yeah.
7,000 times if they got it into everything, not refis, but just even every transaction right now.
I've been scammed twice and I don't want any more.
Please, no scams. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. If you're not getting your settlement statement about a week prior to closing, make sure you're reaching out to your title company and asking for that. You need to be reviewing that. You need to be reviewing your commission. If you're working with the buyers as a buyer's agent, you need to be looking if there were concessions, that all those concessions are being used. And if they're not, starting that conversation, how do we make use and get all of this concession dollars? Can we use any of this to do a rate buy down, right? If you have $2,000 left, put it towards a rate buy down, whatever you can do so you don't lose that money. You negotiated for it. You want your client to get that, right? As a seller's agent, you're looking to see, whether the fees and how they're breaking down on the HOA said the buyer was paying one thing and the seller was paying the other. Make sure that's split correctly, right? Title people are humans too, and in their scenario, they're just, it's one line difference. They could be putting on one line or the other, and it's going, the other person is paying for it. So, it's always helpful to have somebody else look through those. Okay. And if there's an issue, make sure you submit it and make sure title knows, hey, I think there's a problem here, or call and say, hey, can you explain this? These line items don't make sense. Right? So tips, if you have money left over, if you're a buyer's agent, you have money left over, a rate buy down is number one, obviously. If there's a home warranty in place, you can sometimes get a 2nd year home warranty. If there's an HOA, lenders will allow you to prepay up to a year of HOA fees. So that can add up quickly. And let's say you only have a few $100s, fine, do 4 months of HOA prepaid. It's your buyer's money. How perfect is that? Don't worry, you don't have to pay until, November. We'll get the next 5 months paid for you, right? So those are some of the things. I've gotten creative. You can't prepay for services because services won't have been performed yet, but you can buy. We once bought a pool filtration system, right? The filtering, the big old, the diatomaceous earth, filter. We bought that, which is usually several $100s, right? It was $300 or $400. I got a pool company to say, yes, bought it. We'll deliver it next week. Not a problem, but yes, you paid for it. And the lender allowed that, right? They won't allow for the installation because that's not done, right? You can buy something, which means it's done, versus service, which is future. So lender, that's a different story. They won't prepay for services. So the buyer had to pay to install it, but the pump was already paid for. So, or the filter. So, so you can get creative if you've got a little money left over, but you have to have time to put that into place. And oftentimes they give you next to no time, like zero. Like, we needed this yesterday. Well, would have helped if you told me yesterday. Thanks very much. So no time left. You can try to do the rate buy down. But often that's the hardest one to do at the last minute because that may trigger a review by the underwriter and then you're, stuck and you can't go backwards. So that's why getting it about a week out before those loan docs go in would be helpful. They're like, well, it's tough for us to give it, like you got to give it to us before you get the loan docs and then give us a new one when you get the loan docs. But let's see where we are with the estimate. So any questions? Anything else that you want to ask? Anybody online have questions? I think that's all I had. Oops. Yep, that's all I had. Any other questions online? Anybody still online? We've got a couple people there. Hey, Simon, can we ask you a question?
Sure.
How did you like the rapid rev up? Because
I
Simon
liked
just
it.
completed the 10 courses through corporate, right?
Yep. Yes, there was a lot of good information. Carrie was really good. A lot of different documents, templates she provided as well. So it was very good. It was,
Fantastic.
and it was late. That's why I took it, because it was more in the evening. So after my full-time job, then allowed me to take it.
So they do have an evening set of sessions, correct?
They do every once in a while. They do late hours. Yep.
Gotcha. So that is something, if you're feeling like you haven't been able to get to our rev ups on Fridays, and by the way, Friday we don't have anything because this Friday is a holiday. And I feel like I haven't taught mine for 3 months because of the one day, and then we had the one talks, and they all have hit on the first Friday of the month, which is when mine normally is. But I appreciate that, Simon. I loved seeing that you completed all 10 classes. It is $111. You get that back if you can complete all 10 classes, if I understand correctly, in the schedule that they hand out. So you can't say, oh, I'll take that 3 months from now. It's in a concise schedule. So do look at what the schedule is to make sure you're not traveling and unavailable during some of that time. Now Carrie's not the only one that teaches it, right?
It was just Carrie for these sessions. I think the next
They change it.
next level, I think the level
Oh,
up,
level up.
those have others as well presenting.
Wonderful. Well, Carrie's actually here in Arizona. She's
Yep.
part of our corporate offices, but she is located here in Arizona. Kind of nice to have her here. Not that it matters. They're teaching people from all around the world, but it is a good basic overview of not only our systems, but of general real estate practical tools. So from open houses to the one I normally teach is branding and farming. The only difference I could see from my teaching the farming versus somebody teaching it nationally, I do a deep dive into how you actually can look at farming in Arizona with our ARMLS system so that you can learn how to do that yourself. I'm sure they can't teach that because it's all the different platforms. So they can teach you the concepts of farming. And I'm assuming they did the 6% rule and talked about trying to reach that. The question is, when was the last normal market? I say it was 2019.
I would say they did for farming. They did. She did more kind of general, not even 6%, and kind of utilizing title companies, because they have really good tools for farming as well.
And that's absolutely true. I just like to teach my agents so they understand how to do it themselves.
I agree.
And you also can go in and you can look in a neighborhood, but you don't have to go and farm every single house. You can look at people that bought the home more than 3 years ago. If you don't want to deal with short sales, I would be looking for people that bought the home more than 3 years ago, unless they bought it with cash, right? Because if they bought it since 23, they probably don't have the equity yet. Because the market has not gone up very much in those 3 years, right? If anything, it's gone down. What was that, Simon?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think that you can definitely look at those things. I encourage you to do the rapid rev up if that's something of interest to you. And or join us on our other ones, but we know that it has been successful. We know that agents like you, Simon, have taken advantage of it. And he did do all 10. He got his $111 back. Congratulations.
Yes.
So then it's free. So just something to think about. If you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and let you go and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Thank you so much. Next Tuesday, I believe Barb is going to talk about a new loan program. So come hear about that. And then we will keep working on getting you some more information and tools and tricks to help you out as you get busy with your real estate. So have a great afternoon. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.